Hey, this is Kimberly Clark, and I am here at the Trans Day of Action. I am super, super excited to be here. This is a phenomenal event. This is one of the largest ones that I've ever seen. I think I'd safely say there's like 1,000 people, something. It seems really great. We're going to march. We're going to support gender rights and the rights of trans people and gender nonconforming people. And I am here as a drag queen, not as a trans person, but as an advocate to support this community, which really needs it. And let's talk to some people with my little logo microphone. Yay! Happy Pride!
My name is Clara Yun. I live in New York City.
Mariko Betts, and I live on Long Island.
And why are you guys here today?
We want to show our support. We are the parents with a transgender kid. We want to make sure that the world knows that there are parents who support their transgender kids. Yeah.
Let me see your sign. Let's get it. Yes.
Oh, do you want to
Gotta
see
get
the
the
other
other
side?
side.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Says, I love you, my
Yes.
son.
Yep. What message do you have to parents that may suspect their children are transgender or have come out to them as transgender? What advice could you give to them?
Ask questions, listen, and love and accept them, no matter what.
How has your experience changed over having had your son come out to you as transgender? And
Well, I started to recognize that my son is an individual with his own dream, his own aspiration, and I started to respect him as a human being, which is like awesome. My son is doing great, and I love him so much.
well, I'm so honored to meet you guys. You're such role models for any parent out there, any person out there that's watching this, and I just want to say, be more like these people, God damn it. Hi, so I'm here with Kate.
Hi.
Can you talk to me about this banner that you and your friends are holding?
Sure. So we're with Girls for Gender Equity, which is an intergenerational grassroots organization in Brooklyn. And when we talk about gender equity, we mean gender equity for all genders, including cis and trans girls. And really, for me as like a non-binary trans person, I think it's like just very important for us to have a holistic view of gender justice. And so that's why we're here. That's why we have our banner. And it's an important day.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a controversial question. When a lot of older people might look at, I don't know what you look like, I don't know how old you are, I'm not going to assume, or ask, millennial, maybe you count as that. I think I technically do too, so it's a big range, people. But I've heard people say that, we're just a little too sensitive and we get offended too easily and we're about being too politically correct. What's your response to that type of criticism?
I would say that's an excuse for something that's going on with yourself. Thinking about how to hold better community, how to make sure that folks aren't pushed to the margins isn't about being sensitive, it's about having justice. For me, I'm just like, whenever someone says you're being too sensitive, I'm just like, what is coming up for you? Like, I think there's just something going on that's making you uncomfortable and you're trying to throw that back on me.
Thank you so much, Kate, for talking to me.
Thank you.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride, y'all.
All right, think everything's plugged in. We're gonna walk, we're not gonna fall.
Hi, I'm Brooke Guinan.
Hi, Brooke.
Hi.
Okay, you've got a uniform on.
I do. I'm a firefighter for FDNY.
Yes! Okay, what was the kind of craziest, rescue thing you've ever done as a firefighter?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Craziest rescue thing? Oh my God, that's a crazy question. The craziest thing was probably this car accident, which was really a little gruesome. So that was kind of crazy, I guess.
Oh my God. You've, saved people's lives, literally.
Hopefully.
Do you see a kind of equivalent of the work that you do at the FDNY with what you're doing here today?
Definitely. I mean, the FDNY is all about people who are out there trying to do service for their community and try and help people and save lives. And this is exactly that. This is people out there doing work for their community and trying to save lives. It's just a different way of going about doing it. For us, we get paid and we have, we have fire engines and fire trucks and ambulances and we have all kinds of resources and unfortunately, I feel like trans people need more resources. So this is a great event. It's a great call to action. It's a great way to gather our community together. And, it's a great way to sort of demand resources and use our voices, which may be the biggest resource that we have as trans people, because awareness and education, I think, are the most important part of the trans work that needs to be done for me personally.
Yeah. Do you identify as trans? Do you mind talking about your gender
I'm a
identity?
trans woman. I came out in the fire department 6 years ago, and I have been out since then, and it's been wonderful. Being trans is difficult, but it's great in that I am finally who I am, and I'm finally who I need to be, and who I am authentically.
It's really hard to do these interviews, actually. I'm getting very moved.
You look fabulous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wait, can you repeat that again into the microphone?
I said, at least you look fabulous doing it.
Thank you. All right, so tell us your name.
Kai Thompson.
And who are you marching with today?
I'm marching with the Black Youth Project 100 New York City chapter. We're an activist, membership-led organization that works with Black queer feminist lens. And queer doesn't just mean sexuality-wise, but like the way we organize and the way we do activism is different. And we aim to uplift the most marginalized in our community. So Black queer people, Black trans women in particular, have bodies and have voices.
Why is it important to talk about specific rights of genderqueer people of color and gender nonconforming people of color versus just all trans people and all genderqueer people?
Well, especially in New York, I'm part of the New York City chapter. I'm born and raised in New York, and I'm Black. I identify as queer, I identify as gender fluid and gender nonconforming. So I feel like I am oppressed in all of those different ways separately, but when you put them all together into one person, especially if you're a Black trans femme-identified person, you're brutalized daily, you're harassed on the daily, you're just all types of violence, whether physical, mental, emotional, on the daily, and there aren't enough people fighting for us. There aren't enough people fighting for Black trans rights, and you can't be free until everybody's free.
Yep.
Happy Pride!
Hi, so what's your name?
My name is Stephanie Rivera. I am also the Director of Client Services for the Sylvia Rivera Law Project. It's not just bittersweet that a lot of us don't get to make it, but that we actually get to live, and we're fighting for our equal rights. We want equal rights across the board, that no one should be above anyone type of deal. What has recently happened in Orlando has really kind of helped to open up the eyes to folks that maybe weren't aware that we have people of color that are dying at mass rates that a lot of folks don't even know about. And so it's a gamble anytime that you walk outside of your door just living within your truth.
Can you talk to me about the importance of identifying as a trans person of color or people identifying as trans person of color, and why it's important to identify as that and not just as trans or genderqueer?
Because I think there are a lot of factors that weigh into it. A lot of us, we come from broken households. We come from very low income backgrounds. We are not afforded the same opportunities when it comes to education and so on. So a lot of us really have to fend for ourselves in a world where they're not willing to give us the opportunity to try to work. So we'll try to depend on any type of hustle to get by, which leads to criminalization, which leads to an endless cycle that you just can't get out of.
Thank you so much for being here and for doing all the work that you do at the Sylvia Rivera Law Project, an amazing organization. Thank you so much for all of your work.
Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you.
Happy Pride.
You too. Thank you.
All right, my name's Kimberly Clark.
Bianca former pageant girl.
Yes, really? What pageant?
Miss Gay Caribbean, Miss Gay Universe, a whole ton of them.
Yes! I mean, this is good lighting. We're kind of backlit. It's like a mysterious glow.
Okay.
It's nice. What brings you here today? Why are you here marching with these people?
I actually came from fitting 5 different gowns to choose one for the parade, and I haven't still, decided which one I'm going to wear, so I'm going to confirm it in the morning. But I'm here to walk for the parade this year. More so because of what happened with the victims of the Pulse nightclub. I mean, it's really hard, it's just heart-wrenching.
Yeah. What do you think all of these people being here and kind of showing the world what the face of the trans community looks like and what the queer community looks like? What does it do? How does it help people?
I think it's a climb. It's a climb for change. And this basically demonstrates that we are united and together, we're going to make a big effort to show people that we're here. We're not going anywhere.
Thank you so much for being here and happy
Thank you.
Pride. Oh my God, your lipstick is beautiful.
Violet number 33 by Milani.
Oh,
It's available at CVS.
I
and
love
it's-
Milani. I'm wearing Milani in the middle too, a little blissful, matte blissful.
I mean, I wear everything.
Oh,
but a
that's the
lot of my
best.
friends think that every time they see something on my lip, it's some high quality stuff. But look at you.
I know, see, look at me. Yay! Okay, so I'm Kimberly Clark, and I am here with
Jacob Tabaya.
David Sierra.
Okay, really important thing. What lipstick shade are you guys wearing?
We're wearing the same one, actually.
Jacob put it on me. Jacob, what is the lipstick shade?
It's Sephora Cream Lip Stain. It's the shit. It doesn't come off. It's magical. It'll change your whole life.
A lot of you guys have been telling me about that, and so proof is in the pudding. Look at this. Look at that. It's not coming off.
I ate this whole popsicle in the same lip application.
Wait, you haven't touched that up at all?
Oh,
No.
No, I haven't touched it up since Jacob put it on me, and it's still shucking.
Yeah.
Why are you here today for the Trans Day of Action?
I mean, like, these are the roots of our community, right? Like, this is like the foundation of our community. Because the people who have always been holding down the fight, the people whose backs that the fight has been on, has always been like, the trans and gender nonconforming folks of color in New York and around the country and around the world, right? Like, I think that it just feels really good to be in a community that's centered in the right way, right? Like, we're not centering this around like white gay dudes, right? We're centering this around like the folks who are actually at the center of this. And so it feels really good to be in this space. It feels really cute. And it feels good to be in a space where like being Arab and being queer doesn't have to feel like a contradiction. I think a lot around the wake of the Orlando shootings and all of that, so much of the narrative has been like, people have been kind of using this as a way to justify further violence in the Middle East and as a way to justify further violence against Muslim and Arab Americans. And I'm just like not here at all for any of that. I'm like, don't you dare use this tragedy against queer and trans people of color to further violence against people of color. Like, that's absurd.
Are there any tips that you would advice that you could give to, cis people or people that would want to be an ally but don't really know how to or how to talk about it?
Yo, the fucking key is open-ended questions, right? Mm-hmm. Like, don't be like, oh, so like I'm gonna make all these assumptions about you and be like, so when are you getting surgery, right? Like, no, like that's not an open-ended question. Be like, what do you need, right? Like, what can I do to support you? How can I make life a little bit easier for you? What do you need to feel good, right? Like, those are the questions you should ask, like anybody, right? It's common human decency, but people for some reason forget when you're trans.
Well, and when you hear someone else, maybe in your family or someone around you that you might know, putting other trans people down or just being rude, like call them out, call them in actually, and like say like that's not okay. Like, we need to work together, we need to support each other. And that's really the only way it's gonna happen is when you are able to have that dialogue and that conversation and change people's minds and like get them to know things.
Call them in. That's the best. I love that.
Yeah.